Hi, good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat on YouTube. I just go by Sew Stitch Sew on Instagram. I'll put it above. Hi, how are you all doing? It's been about just over 6 weeks since my last Flosstube, and as predicted I didn't really get the chance to film again after July, so there was no video in August at all, so apologies for that. I'll touch on life at the end. I want to say thank you to any new subscribers as well as the returning subscribers. Noticed I'm starting to edge up to, I think it was 260 when I looked this morning, and Instagram's going up quite a bit as well, so well over the 500 mark now, which makes me feel a little bit nervous, but fine. Sorry, the husband came and started rattling things in the kitchen, so I paused. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. I have 12 projects, 3 new starts, 3 finishes, one of which I can't show you, and haul. So yeah, quite a bit, as predicted. So my first, I'm going to start with finishes, which are both well overdue. One is, show you what it should look like. So this is While Iris Snaps. I think it's still available. It was a free chart for 2021 for Easter. I decided to change the colours, although I think the brown in the middle bunny is the same colour as the bunny on the left on that. And then I chose 2 colours for the bunnies that I used to have as a kid. Not sure if I'm going to put the grass in, definitely not putting the border in, because I would like to mount it in this, which I got from Dunelm a couple of years ago, might have been around the same time. I have used, what have I used? Cinnamon Twist, which is this one, Black Coffee, and then it was just a random grey that I picked out of my Anchor bobbin box, which is 398. It's kind of similar to, I think it's like 412. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so the other colour that I used was just DMC Blanc for the white tails, and that is on Fabric Flare 32 count Arctic Sky, which was a Lakeside Needlecraft Fabric of the Month fabric. I don't know if that's still available, but it's like a green with a splash of, sorry, blue with a splash of like a limey green. I don't think it's shown very well on camera. So yeah, I just need to decide if I'm going to do the grass on that, but I'm calling that an FO at the minute. But also I've got nearly everything to FFO it. The big one. And the one that went slightly wonky as well. So this is from the Jingle Ball last year, and it's now available for general release, which is the Jingle Bells Block Party by Hands On Design. I've done it on a 32 count linen in platinum. It's going to be hard to show because it's not going to fit on the board. I say the board, the envelope that I've just nabbed. With predominantly all the call for DMC. I think I subbed out one of the yellowy goldy colours, they didn't have it. I've personalised the bottom, and I have got some fabric for that, but not the one that is shown on the chart. So I want to see how that looks when I go to FFO it, when I get all that fabric free. Yeah, liked it. A lot of colour changes, but it went in the naughty corner because I had to keep frogging the thing. But then I finally got on a roll with it and just saw it through to the end as part of Jolly July in the end. All the back stitching's done on it. I've just got to do the speciality stitches when I go to put on the fabric. No, I've done the speciality. I've got to do a whip stitch. I think it's whip stitch. I think it's a whip stitch when I go to put the fabric on this centrepiece, but I've done the Smyrna crosses, I think they are. Sumerian crosses. I've got speciality stitches and I can never remember the names of them. So that's my finishes that I can show. And then in terms of whips, so I've got the tail end of Jolly July, and then what I've picked up in August, and then my new starts I had as well. I am showing you September's progress as well. So this one is, I think I picked this up for like one session maybe. Merry Christmas You Filthy Animal by So Easy Patterns. I don't think this is available anymore on Etsy. My idea was to make it into a Christmas ornament, so I'm doing it 1/1 on 25 count Nagana in platinum, and that's where I got to. Trying to decide if I want to do all of the pattern. I think I am going to ditch some of it, but I just don't know which parts to carry on stitching with, so I'm definitely going to put in the deer on the other side, and then the little bits along here, and then I haven't decided what to do with the bottom yet, and that is stitched with the Call 4 DMC, although I think I might have changed the white from Blanc to B52. B5200. What is that? Sorry if you hear the phone buzzing. Yeah, work problems. Next I have my coffee shoppe, which I'm calling Christmas Café. I think so this was started as a stitch along with Hello from Liz Matthews, and I don't think I ever followed the bits that was called for, but I did start it, and it's on a 14 count Ada in white, which is all kit supplies, and that's where I got to. So I carried on working down here, so this is as wide as it's going to be. There's still a bit more to go at the bottom here, and it just fits in this nurse hoop. Tension's not 100%, so it could do with a bit of extra fabric stitched on really. But yeah. Sorry, oh, my hair is stitched into it. So yeah, that's what that looks like. So I think my whip go was to get it finished, if you know what I mean. So this is Christmas List by Saw Creek Samplers, on my Christmas list should I say. The name's on the back but not on the front. I'm stitching this with all the Call 4 DMC on a 36 count Country Vintage Mocha linen. And I can't remember where I was up to last time. I think I had to finish out the candy canes there, so I'm just about there at the minute. When you're doing the words it's quite fast, but when you're doing like the little motifs, you end up frogging the thing, it takes bloody forever, and there's candy canes were a pain. So I'm not going to take it out of the nudge, sorry. And that is where that is on. That is where that is at. I think that's more user error than the magnet itself, because it was holding the fabric on there. So yeah. I think it went in the naughty step for a while, because those candy canes, I think I frogged them about 3 times. And then I got onto a bit of a roll with it and then put it down because I wanted to finish Jingle Block. So it might come out again before the end of the year. Ooh, that's the other bit of the magnet. Sorry. Dropping needles and everything, it's all going everywhere. Sorry, I had to zip that up. Then forgot to put the chart in it as well. Doing great. Right, so I think that's the end of my Christmas stitching. On to August stitching. I can't remember where I was up to. I don't think I have finished. I could be wrong last time I saw you. For the sampler book. I'll show you S as well, but I think I've shown that. It's a bit crinkled. And this is on 32 count dirty linen, and this is the sampler book by Erica Michaels. I've seen there's a couple of other stitchers doing it on Instagram at the minute, but yeah, loving that. I've converted quite a lot of the fabrics, definitely all the threads because I made a DMC conversion. Most of the time it works, sometimes it goes a little bit off. Sheep. I've definitely finished a sheep since last time. And I've got to finish tea, which was my, I want to say it was my August goal. Need to check that. But yeah, definitely heading towards the end quite rapidly. So that is where we're at with that. Yeah, the spider stitch is quite interesting to do. Bit filly over where you already cross stitched. I definitely wouldn't want to do it on a smaller count fabric as well. So this is 32 count. I want to say summer khaki. Check that in a second. So I've got like a flower pot to go here, a vase, sorry, with flowers in the speciality stitch, and then the words, which is 10. I'll put on 10 stitch. No, just 10 stitch. There's a tulip that needs to go in. On my whip go for September, the cover got called. There's a lot of hanging threads on this, so apologies, but I have made a start. So this is the fabric for the cover, so it's 32 count, I know you can see through that. It's a 32 count Zweigar black linen. And then, so I've just made a tie start. Ugh. I don't know how well you can see that on that bottom corner there. So it'll look like that, but obviously with my personalisation. Yeah, I just find I need a lot of natural a good lighting to stitch on black. I don't mind stitching on black, but just trying to make sure I'm lined up properly is the difficulty, I think. And linen is definitely a lot harder than the black Ada project for the Charmander. So yeah, today's an okay day for doing it. But I'm not going to get a chance to do it today. So yeah, well on the way with that. Yeah, I've not got that many more to go, so the aim was to finish by the end of December. I've taken that off the hoop. These are all the finishes. I'm not going to FFO anything until everything is done, so I can make sure the pages are all consistent. Because there was a lady, I found her video of her finish of it, and she was saying she finished pages, she went along and it doesn't quite sit the same. So I just want to make sure I'm happy with everything as I go along. And I will probably use Kathy Hoverman's on, I can't remember which chart it is. She does like a pulled thread, so you can see where you need to sew with the sewing machine to make the object. So I think I'll probably use that technique, but just make sure everything, all the pages all line up. And I've also got to get the pearl cotton out so that when I thread the ribbon through to make the pages, that all links through as well. That's a 2025 problem for Natalie, so I'm not going to stress about that yet, but I've got all the supplies that I need. Apart from that, I think I need some interfacing, but I've got some in stash, but I might get some more. Stitch for Pride. So I am up to August with this one. I'm doing this all in cottage garden threads. Yeah, that's where I'm up to with that. I think last time you saw it, I was part way through this motif. So I've put in all of that and all of that, and then September's will go across here. I haven't picked out a thread for that yet. So it's like a browns kind of colour, like an autumny sort of browny colour. So I'll see what I've got, but my intention is to do this all in cottage garden thread. And that's by D's 20 Stitches. It's not currently available. Do that zip again. I'll probably do like a, once I get to the end, do like a full overview of that one. Next, I'm jumping around. I think this was an August whip go call, but it needs to be done by the end of this month really. And it doesn't take too long, but I want to do like a lot of personalisation on it. This is nice cross stitch crystal wedding anniversary sampler. I hope the lighting's catching that okay. I'm doing this on a 32 count Murano in ivory, which is the what it calls for on the 15th wedding anniversary. And of course I ain't getting any proper ivory, should I say. My wedding dress was, I believe that was ivory actually. So you see I've changed the colour of the roses. Her latest pattern doesn't call for the satin floss for the champagne, but I've kind of left them there at the minute, but I'm thinking I will make the effort and do the satin floss in the same number. And then there's metallic to go on there. All the words, whipping cake. Whipping cake I'm going to personalise as well. So yeah, I've got myself a whole list of instructions to do it. I haven't obviously charted out my name or my husband's name yet. So yeah, it's our 15th wedding anniversary in October, so hence trying to get it finished. At this rate, it ain't going to be framed before then, so although I was working on it the last couple of days, so you don't know, I might just get the bit between my teeth and finish it. And it's a big bit of fabric because I just wanted to start it on our wedding anniversary last year. I didn't cut measure or anything, so I just went, yeah, that's a big enough margin, and just started from left to right. Which is not ideally what you want to do really, but even when I cut and measure sometimes it goes a bit wrong. More on that in a minute. What else? Opening Gambit. So this was a whip go goal to get to 15%. And this is what it looks like, and that is upside down by Locked Door Samplers. And Bernie's just finished this, hooking and stitching. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm doing mine on a 36 count 1/2 with Cottage Garden sampler threads, ampersand, and it's on a white fabric. And I think this is going to be hard to show. I think I just carried on working down and then across. So you see I've got the chest pieces in now. Not quite met the borders up yet. Yeah, I love it when I get it out. You'll see some of my gridding at the bottom's not there. Yeah, I went a bit wayward, so I'm trying to fix it as I'm going along at the minute. And then it'll be gridded properly. Yeah, and I've just took some threads out of the way. There's a little bit of a gap in the border at the bottom, so I think, no, I've not quite come all the way across to where I need to break. But yeah, so that'll go away now unless I get the urge to pull it out. Next is With Thy Hands. I've done a tiny bit on this. I have not frogged the goat. Yeah, I need to frog the goat. He's one stitch off and his nose is up against the house. Don't think that's really going to work. So that's what that'll look like. This is the image from inside the booklet. The booklet's over there at the minute. I'm doing this in all DMC on a 40 count Country Vintage mocha linen. It's my first time stitching on that. Well 40, so I've got 324 which is on a 40 count white for down, and then I started them on a folk embroidery on that as well. just trying to find my feet with the 40 count at the minute. There is a lot of hanging threads, apologies. And I think I just put some more red in. I put some red in the house, and I think I put that in. It only got a little bit of love. I can't, like I say, I'm trying to get used to it, so I spend a little bit of time on it and then put it down. I did actually take this on holiday, so you got a little bit of love. I didn't really want to stitch it by the pool, so only, and then obviously I needed the right lighting as well, so it didn't get that much attention. Sorry, Sally. So I'm stitching that with Sally Flossy Sews and Grows. Oh, mine went blank then. Yeah, that's just a week I've had. As part of her Fun for 50. I think she's way ahead of me already. But hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, and I'm stitching that in another near tube, which is the first near tube I got, but you'll see in haul, well, you won't see in haul. I did get a set of 4 plus an extra one, I think it of that size, from Hobby Jobby. And they've gone straight into the project, so apologies. But I am really liking those. Just gives a little bit of difference to a hoop, so it's similar in a way, but obviously you don't get the oval, you get like a rectangle. Let's do light. So this is another Flossy Sews and Grows and Sew Me Sarah. It's a freebie on Barabra Ana's Instagram, if you follow her link tree. And I have so many hanging threads, I'm sorry. This is on a 32 count dirty linen, which I think is the called for, and I'm doing all called for DMC. I think I put a load of work into the dress, and I haven't tied off some of these threads as well. So I've not got good lighting, or I've not got a pair of scissors. I will literally just leave it out the front, and then come back and tie them in. What will it look like? I got a cover image. I had a cover image in here. So that's what it will look like. And that is where I'm up to. So most of the dress has been done in 09. There's some bits to go around the edge, which is a good thing because I literally have about 2 meters left of this. And my local shop, Haberdashery, doesn't carry the newer ones, so it's got to be an online order, and then there's no point in just ordering one skein of DMC, is there? So I've put that on, not on hold, so I might come out here and do this bit, and then I've got to do the arch bit over. But yeah, absolutely love this, keeps calling to me. There just should be some extra fabric left over at the top, but it's just, yeah, it was a cut off from the sampler book and something else I think I did on that. That didn't go on holiday with me, but it did go up to, I had 3 holidays, that sounds so I think last time I recorded I was on holiday, just at home, then we had a wedding in Cumbria, and then we went to Portugal. So Anyway, stop talking about life, Natalie. Do the one I was working on before I started filming, which is the Caterpillar North America stitch along. I am still on part 2. This is what the finished thing looks like, and this is where I am up to. And when I placed this in, I placed it about an inch that way, so I'm going to end up with quite a wide margin here, and I think I'll just be about okay on this side. So I've got about another 2 clipper boards worth to go in. I'll have about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Not colour changes, but I do actually really like it. Just couldn't keep up with this style at all. And I do have the other patterns in this series, so I've got the British Isles one, and Adventure Awaits, which came out, I want to say like 2019, like quite a long time ago. So yeah. I don't want to start one of the other ones until I finish this one, which is what I did with the seasonal trees, but I'm not a fan of the fabric, so it doesn't come out very often. So next is my Monday night stitch with Georgie from Crafty Road Gamer. It's also part of my year-long goals as well, which is Embroidery for Kids Art. This is no longer available, and it's like for Pokemon to stitch the song. I've already done Balpazar, and I'm now on to Charmander. I think next is Squirtle, and I'm stitching these for my son, which is why I'm sort of stumbling over the names a little bit. I think he definitely still likes Pokemon, but he's not into Pokemon as much. But I think he's in it for the long haul, so I'm not worried. And that's on a... I'll actually show you where I got up to. It's on an 18 count black Ada. I'm pretty sure it's 18 count. I remember I had to change the size. 3 colours of DMC. I've only got 2 in there at the minute. And since you last saw it, I'm not sure if I've done most of that and some of this, I think. My goal is to do 443 stitches per month. I'm still a month behind, so technically I've got 886 to do on this, although I've already done 180 this month. But yeah, so I'm stitching that on a Monday night with Georgie from Crafty Road Gamer as part of Pokemon Days. I'll put the hashtag in and below. It doesn't have to be this Pokemon, be any Pokemon. Maria Diaz did a great book, I'm sure it's Maria Diaz, that's available on Etsy, which I highly recommend. My son was stitching one out of it. He hasn't picked it up in a long time. I also got the urge to pick up a UFO. Now, I've looked at it, I've put it in a nerd hoop. I have not stitched on it, mainly because it's 32 count and I was doing it 1/1 full cross. I want to convert it to 2/110, but I haven't made this. I might have put a couple of stitches in actually. I've got a feeling I might have done some purple or something just to see, but I think I'm not sure I was carrying on what I was doing or doing the tent. So I haven't told you what it is, and I haven't done the zip. This is no longer available. It was by Clangy Designs, Pokemon Gen Sal 1, and that's what it'll look like when it's done. If I can't get on with it, I want to swap over to the Lord Bibidon Pokemons. I think there's about 6 of them. So I might ask him which one he'd like me to start first, bearing in mind they're as intense, but I think they're slightly smaller and they're sort of straight down. Georgie's also stitching that one. So we'll see. Jury's out at the minute. And I've never stitched 10 stitch either, so a little bit of learning to go on there. We are at new starts. Like I said, I've got 3 new starts, all of which were started on holiday in Portugal. Unfortunately I didn't get to stitch on the plane out. I was too exhausted and needed some sleep. So you might have seen my Instagram post on that one. The first one I started, so they're literally in food bags, which was quite handy given the sun cream, water and everything else. This is Tiny Modernist, and it's her Octopus Biscornu. You might remember I did the parrot one a couple of years ago. And I'm stitching this on a 14 count white Ada. I can't remember which way's top, and I went a bit wrong when I started stitching, so, and that will be the bottom of it. So yeah, did all the marking, put the coral in, put some of like, I don't know whether you can see the cream marks in there. Then started putting the other bit of coral on, realised I was way off and had to frog it and put it back in again. Because I think I changed the orientation of where I put the markers, so it was well off. We shall see. And I've missed a stitch on the other one. I've done the one leg and not the other leg. Yep. I'm now keeping this in this project bag, which is one I made. But they were in like a, I'd say, Ziploc bags. The rest are in Ziploc bags. The next one I wanted to start was Blooming Swan. It was a sal, yeah. So that's what it looks like, by Pigeon Coop Designs. I did pre-order the book, it's not arrived yet. I think it was saying 20th of September. And that goes this way up. I think this is Blue Spruce 32 count linen. Sorry, it's really creased. But yeah, that's my start. 2 over 2, like I say, 32 count Blue Spruce. This is left over from the Narinda Sal by Fabi Riley. Using Oracle 4 DMC. That isn't good. And then the one I made the most progress on, I'm not making this very tidy in here at all, so it's going to get even more creased. I do stitch in a hoop when I stitch on that, it's just I was sharing the hoop between 2 projects. Let's put this away, otherwise I'm going to get even more on the lot. this Dirty Dancing hoop. I've got a cover picture in here. No, I haven't. I'll have to put insert photo. Yeah, cut this chart and take it off the hoop. So I've not touched this since we were on the plane. And we started hitting a bit of turbulence. So I was like, right, this has got to go away. Yes, it's got to go away right now. So I haven't been back to it yet. The idea was to finish it in a hoop, but I seem to have more space top rather than bottom. That is where I'm up to with that. So basically fill in a load of pink, fill in a load of black, and done. So it's definitely a great fill-in project when I pick it up again. I would say I've definitely used, or will use, more than the skein of the pink. There's quite a lot of black in there as well. And there is also a tiny mark I'm hoping will come out with soap. So down here. So it definitely will get a wash when it's done. And it all goes wrong, it all goes wrong. But it's like I say, it's done with DMC, so it should be okay. I need to sort that out. So yeah, that's my 3 new starts. In terms of haul, to the Etsy patterns first. So I saw this design on Instagram. I was like, I really like that. I really like that. So yeah, you know what happened. I went over there, I had to look around, and I ended up with 2 charts. It's by My Brave Stitch, and it's called Sewing Girl. This is available on their Etsy, and it's, I think, deceptively a lot bigger than you think it is. It's 124 by 138, but there's quite a lot of colours in there. But I do really like it. That is one. And then Girl on a Pier. I just love the colours in that and the fish. Which obviously I know you see my koi carp start. And that's 130 by 130. So that'll make a lovely hoop finish as well. The one that I saw was finished in a hoop, I think, for the girl stitching. And then Lauren at Flosstubers released this, and she's like, oh, 10% off on my Etsy. Yeah. I absolutely love the colours on this. No idea when I'm going to stitch it, but I went and got it. So that's Log Cabin. Oh, Cabin in the Woods, sorry. I'd have to buy the fabric for that. I don't have that in stash. I've got some greys, but I don't think I've got the right one. And then I've looked at this on and off for ages and finally pulled Bullet. I know there's a sale started, I didn't join it. And that is Star Parade Quacker. And I haven't decided what fabric to do on it. I like Bruce for it. But I think I've got some other fabrics which might work. So it's going to be a bit of a kit from stash situation. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it in like a cream or a white. But I definitely like that sort of like tone on tone, not tone on tone. Yeah, I want to do a project with like a cream or a white on a coloured fabric. Right. What else have I got? So yeah, I ordered. Yeah, so I ordered the 4 kit of Nerge. That is the only one that's sat left in there at the minute, which will probably go into one of my project bags at some point. I have been sorry. Right, hopefully I've just cut the crinkly out. So I've been trying for ages to get Can Little Fox travel case. So I remembered the last Friday of the month. Yeah, I was sat in Zizzy's trying to eat with the kids, and I'm like, oh no, I've got to have that. I've got to. But anyway, so this is the project bag with multi-pocket. As you can see, I've left that in there. I did use this when I went up to Cumbria, and it worked quite well. So I had Barabra Ana light in there, the Bunnies, and something else, can't remember. But yeah. I need to start some more small things so I can just keep them in there, I think. And then I also got this, which is the same one again. I've not used this one yet though. Oops, final sticking. Absolutely amazing workmanship. I definitely cannot. My levels are nowhere near this. I really wanted one, so that is that. And then I said, oh, have you got any of those like bobbin cases? She's like, so we had a discussion backwards and forwards, and settled on this one. And she measured it in the same fabric as the travel case. So yeah, so I've got a few bobbin projects, but the idea is to try and keep those two together. Or not, as the case may be, that's fine. Got to think about owls, so you know. I ordered these just like notion pouches for my project bags. Yeah, literally just a bulk pack of those off Amazon. Sorry, crinkly. God, I ordered this ages ago. I think I didn't show it on my last one. And it's just like a project logbook. So my idea is like when I don't know when I finish something or when I start something. Finish probably. It's just to put it in there and annotate it all up. I don't know how many finishes I've had this year, so I don't know if to do it for this year or last year. I can think of at least 10 maybe that I've finished this year. I also picked up this from the range, which I don't think I showed you. And it's only like £6, so I thought, let's have a go. I did open it. I've obviously closed it since. It comes with the hoop. That's hoop. And then it comes with the fabric, which is a stamped fabric. So it's already got the pattern on there. And then you don't stitch that bit, but you stitch all of the wave. It has got a chart as well, which isn't gridded. So I can show a little bit. Yeah, at some point I'll get to it. I thought it's worth a punt for that price. It comes with a needle. Threads are already on the card. Love those colours. Those colours are right up my street. I also placed a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I think if I just flash my address, so this might get cut. Yeah, so I also placed a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I wanted to finish off my Beach Broadwalk series. I was missing 3 of those. So I've got all those 3. I wanted the, so I think number 9 is now, I'm up to number 8 of the Fabulous Houses series, and I've been speaking with Lindsay from Blushing Pink Stitches. She wants to start this as well. Still on the fence about what fabric. I think I'm leaning towards a 40 count grey to what I got, but it's getting the size to get them all on, because I think these are deceptively bigger. Yeah, they're 120 by 120, and then I need to get all the threads to go with them, so it calls for a couple of classic colourworks, 1 or 2 each per chart. So yeah, I need to keep that up. I also wanted this one, so yeah, not sure what fabric I'm going to do that on, and it's 100 by 100, but love that. And that's got 1 week's rest DMC. I also picked up Quack Quack Honk, which I loved, but I decided to pick up the physical pattern on the Etsy purchase. I'll show you that. And then I also picked up off my wish list, and I've never stitched a Kori Batakori before, but this is Craft Room. I think it's a lot bigger than it looks. It hasn't got the down. Oh no, 287 by 182. So yeah, but I love things like that. So love all the colours. I haven't made any market purchases. So I've got one more bit of haul, but it's just like Amazon, with each plus. Oh, I forgot your name. Stitch Bunny Lauren showed these on her channel for her memorabilias, so I picked up, I think it's a pack of 4 or 5 of them off Amazon. So I've got like a little label in there, I guess goes on that bit, just to keep all the stuff for the memorabilia in its thing. I might use it for chatelaine as well, because I'm threads everywhere and then beads and whatnot. So that's that. So there's no more haul. I didn't do my usual, if you're not here for the haul, see you later, but you would have gone by now, so anyway. That's it in terms of stitching. In terms of life, like I say, we had a week off at the start of July, which is when I filmed last, and then work's been rather hectic, and then went to the wedding in Cumbria. That was a trip up, trip down. That was a little bit exhausting, but good. Good to be up there for a good reason, to see his side of the family. And then, yeah, a bit more work, and then a week in Portugal. And then, obviously, another week at work, and kids are now back at school. I'm exhausted, and this weekend is not going to be a quiet one, so I just wanted to get the video recorded now and say hello to everybody, because like I say, it's been over 6 weeks since I was last on here. I have been watching Flosstube. I'm not sure I've been so active with comments, so apologies. I do keep up with quite a few, and I'm not going to name names because I'm probably going to forget somebody. I'll forget somebody's name or their channel name. So yeah, I think that's it, because I'm going to start rambling about random stuff. Otherwise, I need to get on and do some more bits around the house because it is chaos. Bye for now. Keep stitching.